All right, Joe, you got your work cut out for you, man.
Have fun with this one.
All right. All right, guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a video that's been pretty requested. Hoyts, they've been we've had a lot of requests from you guys, so today we're going to be covering the new 2022 Carbon RX7 and the Ventum Pro 30. So stay tuned. We got to cut that?
No, don't even cut it.
We don't got to cut it?
Yeah, Joey, cut it.
Joey, cut that shit. All right, what are we talking about? Just compare. Are we doing a comparison? Or is it
we'll just do a comparison, do some weight comparison, see how they feel and all that stuff.
All right.
Cool. Whenever you're ready.
All right, guys. So we've got the Ventum Pro 30. We're doing both 30-inch bows by Hoyt this right now. So the carbon versus the aluminum. Kind of, you know, why would one person go with one over the other if budget's not a thing? But let's start with the specs. So this is the Ventum Pro 30. What are we looking at, Cody?
Yeah, 30 inches ATA, 340, 342 IBO, I believe. Got the new integrated system right here. It's actually machined in, which they should have done last year. I like this a lot better. 6-inch brace height on it. You got your short-stop stabilizer right here like you had in last year's past. The shims are shimmed all the way over, or the cams are shimmed all the way to the right. Get rid of some tuning issues they had last year. Other than that, it's got a slightly different cam from last year, the HBX cam, now the HBX Pro. You got the option of 80 and 85% let off, and two different mod options from a 25-inch to a 30-inch bow on both of these.
And we are going to be shooting these. They're both 70-pound bows. We're going to be shooting them both at
28. And the reason why we're doing 28 is just most of your longer guys, longer drawing, like 28 and a half, 29, I feel like are going to gravitate to that 33. So 28 and under, I feel like this is the category I would try and stay in. Me personally, I'm a 28-inch draw. So the Ventum 30 Pro and the RX7 are definitely going to be more of my billet style build.
That makes sense. So we got the aluminum. Let's look at the carbon bow too. What are the specs? What are the differences in the carbon and the aluminum?
Actually identical. The two major differences, of course, are the riser and the physical weight of the bow.
Right.
Other than that, same feet per second.
Same cams?
Same cams, same draw length ranges, even the poundage is all changed, you know, from, I believe you can get this bow as low as 40 pounds all the way up to 80 pounds. Okay. So you got that option. Same mod chart, I mean, same let off percentages.
So identical, just carbon versus aluminum.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to do was actually weigh these bows. So this is just with a whisker biscuit on. Let's see what we got here. We're pumping right at like 4.7 pounds with this guy.
For the carbon.
For the carbon. And the aluminum, let's see what we're working with. .2. So
pretty close.
About half a pound. You know, half a pound difference. And if you take these off right here, actually let's do that. I'm kind of curious. I just wonder how much this guy weighs, because it does have some ounces on it. So 4.5 with a rest on it, so a touch heavier than what they're claiming. A touch heavier.
Yeah, because they're claiming on,
I believe it's sub 4. I think that's 3.9, and I think this is right at like 4.2 or 4.3. This is 5 pounds on the dot. So
you're looking at a price. Yeah, you're looking at a huge price difference though, going between a carbon to an aluminum bow.
Yes, yes. And I do think these guys right here actually work as far as for absorption and vibration and cutting down on anything as far as oscillation and all that stuff. So, and honestly, I don't know if I'd rather run a actual bar on this one or this one. So that would be kind of something I like to play around with too. But I do like the accessory features with that.
Aside from the actual weight, is there any pros or cons going with carbon versus aluminum?
Carbon. I'll give you an example. I was turkey hunting 2 years ago, and it was freezing outside for some reason in March or April. I couldn't tell you why. And I grabbed my aluminum bow, and I said, I'll never have an aluminum bow again. And the reason why, it would just bite your hand.
Right.
Carbon has a more stable temperature as far as it takes a colder diffusion rate, I should say. So the heat transfer, it stays with the bow instead of leaving it, which is nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Aluminum, other than that, heavier bow is a steadier bow, so I do like that option. But I can run a little bit more weight on a stabilizer if I wanted to with a carbon bow. And they both have a different shot experience. So, I mean, the way the bow feels when the bow goes off feels a touch different. Other than that, I mean, those are your only differences I can say, other than that and the price.
Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these bows, we're going to head over to the range. We're going to shoot them both at 28 inches.
Yes.
We're going to shoot 2 different arrows through them. We're going to shoot
We're going to shoot 3 arrows.
3 arrows through them. What are we
Yeah.
looking at? What weight arrows?
I believe this one's like right at 400. It's like 398. This guy is 518. This guy is 446. So we normally shoot a 446, but being that we're in a shorter draw length, we might just pump a 400 through there, close to a 400 grain arrow, just to see, because some guys might be 26 inches, and that's what the arrow comes out to.
Right.
And then the guys that are, the heavier FOC craze right now is really going on. So we've got one at 518.
Okay.
And it's just your standard VAP. So we're going to walk over to the range. I'm going to go shoot these things at 28 inches, 70 pounds. And let's see what they're doing.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so we got the RX7, 28 inches, 70 pounds. This is the 400 grain arrow. It's like 398, so plus or minus 2 grains. Let's see what we're getting out of it. Feels good on the draw cycle. $298. All right, now we have the 446. I feel like this is the most common arrow as far as what we see for setups right now. This one's 446. It's not bad. 283. I'm actually kind of impressed with that. It's pretty efficient, man. Not too bad. Now we have the 518. This one's heavy joker. If this hits like 270, I'd actually be very impressed with this. Be very, very impressed. And just a touch to the left of those arrows. Wow. 271. That's legit. And it's a good shot experience. I think this is probably the best carbon bow I think Hoyt has up to date as far as the vibration and the shock in it. And I didn't notice a lot of that with any of their past models, but this is far superior in the sense of, whoa, you can actually tell a difference now. So let's pull these out. We'll get the aluminum bow. I'm actually, dude, that's putting on some daggone good numbers at 28 inches for these weights, Especially 518 shooting 270 feet a second at 28 inches, a little bit shorter under the average draw length. That is legit. And the draw on these cam it's very smooth, especially being that you're at the end of that 2 mod on there. So you're getting all of the efficiency out of it, which is nice. All right, again, we got now the Ventum Pro 30. Like I said, the big difference, we should see super comparable numbers. We shouldn't see too much deviation from the carbon bow to the aluminum bow. We're at 28 inches, just double checking everything. Both of these bows are at 85%. They're cranked down at 70. Let's see what we're getting. There's just a little bit of stack in that last bit, but it's not nasty. Wow, it's actually a touch faster. 301. 301. And give our chronograph plus or minus like 2 to 3 feet a second, so for variances. All right, now let's really get into this thing. There we go. .287. That was a few feet a second faster. I think the last one was 283. So, it's actually keeping up with the levitate. It is keeping up with the levitate right now. All right. Now we got the 518. .266. So this one was a touch slower with the 518 than the RX7. RX7 shot about 5 feet a second faster, but the 446 arrow shot 5 feet a second faster on this bow. Other than that, they're very comparable as far as the vibration. I think the noise is a little bit different. It has different pitches. I don't think one's louder necessarily. It's just got a different note to it. If I'm being honest, I do prefer the carbon over the aluminum though. I think it's a different feeling bow, different shot experience with it. It fits more my style of archery, I should say, as far as what I'm looking for. And like I said, when it's cold outside, if you hunt in cold weather, as far as whitetail hunting and such like that, if you're going out west and it's on a little bit colder of a hunt, you're going to prefer that carbon over the aluminum, simply just by grabbing the riser itself. And if you're going out west with the carbon bow, pounds equal pain, so you can shave a few ounces. You can definitely do that with the carbon bow. But other than that, both of these bows Hoyt did a damn good job this year. They did a really good job with these bows. I think the cam is a touch smoother, not drastically. Is it worth upgrading from the Ventum 30 to the Ventum Pro 30? I don't think so. I'd say wait and see what Hoyt has coming out this year. But if you have either one of these models, you're doing good for yourself. So.
All right, so bear with us a little bit. Our video guy, Joey, he is actually on the Appalachian Trail, so I'm the one running the camera right now. So
he's being ridiculous.
Yeah, so it is what it is. We're doing the best we can. So if there's any issues, let us know. We'll work on our photo skills, our video skills.
Videography work.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But if you are interested in following Joey, there'll be a link in the description of this video, so you can check out his YouTube page. He's got some pretty cool stuff going on.
Yeah, Joey's a pretty rad guy. I give him some credit. He does good work.
He does, man. So he's actually edited some video for us while he's on the trail whenever he makes some of his stops. So we appreciate it.
Indeed.
But let's recap these bows. Cody, what'd you think? Carbon versus aluminum. If there wasn't a budget,
I'm going carbon, just simply for the fact that you can save a few ounces on it, and I just like the experience of shooting a carbon bow.
Right.
It's a little bit different. Some people say, oh, it's got more hand shock. I can't tell the difference in it. I think it's got a better sounding note, to me personally, than the aluminum bow. But that doesn't mean the aluminum bow sounds bad at all. They're both super quiet. These are probably Hoyt's quietest bows ever made.
There's a customer for each. And also me personally this year, I'm a big fan of the Hoyt grips.
Yeah, the Vital grip is legit. It's probably one of the. It's very sticky. It's repeatable feeling. So I mean, you can repeat and repeat and repeat with it.
As far as factory grip goes, the Hoyt is my favorite grip.
Indeed, Hoyt Prime. The only one that I'm not a fan of is probably the Matthews more than anything. The Matthews grip, but you got customizable grips. Like UltraView makes grips for every bow just about now. So. You can throw that on there, but other than that, I love the way they integrated, the actual machining into the riser as far as for the integrated sight and the Picatinny rail and such. And now you have this option right here, which I think is so much cleaner looking. It's just built into the riser for the carbon bow, so now you don't have to worry about sticking on a side plate or doing anything like that. You can still run your traditional sights, but what we're waiting on is actually the new inline quivers from Hoyt. I've heard they're really good. Still waiting to see them, and we're also waiting on the Ghost sticks as well. So. When those get in here, we'll more than likely do a video on that. Comment down below and let us know if you want to see these bows shot at like 29 or so, or if you want to see stretched out to 30. But for our audience here, we sell more short bows to shorter draw length guys like me. 28 and under typically is what we see on these bows. Yep.
So, like Cody said, any comments? We're looking for feedback from you guys on what videos you want to see, and just any constructive criticism. We've had a really good year so far as far as getting all the bows in, getting them in a timely manner. But let us know what you guys are looking for. What other bows you'd like us to review? Follow along. Make sure you like and subscribe if you are interested in the content we're putting out. And check us out on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. We've got a lot of events going on. Extreme Hunter Athlete will be coming up before long. We're getting ready to drop the dates on that.
Got a lot of guys interested in that right around the buzz, and like people that you wouldn't think would be interested in it are now kind of looking into it. So it's going to be a big ordeal. Within the next couple of years, it'll be a national thing, I feel like.
Yeah, it'll be big. We started a couple years ago. It's a mix of physical fitness and 3D archery. Yeah. So if you're interested in it, make sure you check out our social media page. We'll definitely be putting more content out on there about it. But yeah, make sure you follow us along and stay tuned for our next videos.
We'll see you next time.